Hi, welcome to Demo Garage. I'm Steven, and in today's episode I'm going to be trying out a new product to help me dial in these carburetors. I recently rebuilt them and I'm going to be checking out this Colortune. So come along with me and I'll show you how that works. Thanks. Okay, so I've recently gone through both carburetors, and every time I've driven the vehicle I've kind of pulled the spark plugs and been making mixture adjustments, trying to lean the carburetors to the correct fuel mixture. And I was watching Chef Tosh's episode on a vehicle. I think it was one of his, it was a TR4 that he was doing. And they brought up this Colortune product, and I thought it was super interesting. And without a lot of experience in reading spark plugs, I thought this might help get me into the correct range. But it's a replacement spark plug that you put in. It's got a clear window in it. And if you're running rich, the color is this amber. And then, so the idea is to lean it out such that you get this kind of blue Bunsen burner flame, bluish color. And so that's what I'm doing right now. Pretty interesting product. If you go to the Gunson Colortune website, I think it currently says that the 14 millimeter is not available. But I did find it at another website, and I think I spent 85 bucks, 90 bucks, something like that. And I brought it in. It comes with this interesting little periscope. If you're working on like a Volkswagen, where the spark plugs go in and you're not going to be able to see it, you can put this on the spark plug, and then with the periscope you can kind of see the color down the tube. And of course it's got a slot for the spark plug wire to pop out. So, but that's not this case. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've got the car warmed up, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in place. As you know, the TVRs have a, from factory at least, the CD175 Zenith Stromberg carburetors, one for the front 3 cylinders and one for the back 3 cylinders. And so I'm pulling the spark plug on the middle cylinder and evaluating the carburetor mixture adjustment. So let me go ahead and install that, and I will bring you back when I have something to show you. Thanks. Okay, so here's with the Colortune spark plug replacement installed. It's a little painful as the engine's supposed to be warm and it's a little tight in there, but I got it in. You know, the product is nice enough that it actually comes with kind of an insert, as the hex is smaller than a normal spark plug, but it comes with this plastic insert so that it engages with the Colortune and goes to a normal spark plug wrench. I put a little piece of tape on it so that it doesn't fall out of the socket real easy. But you're not supposed to tighten these things up too much, like hand tight's enough. And then it comes with this this long spark plug extension. And then you put your, I might not be able to do that holding the wire too, but it's just the normal spark plug wire coming from the distributor. So I'm going to hook that back up. It's in there. I'm going to start the engine, and I'll bring you back and we'll take a look at the color. All right, I'll bring you right back. Okay, so I'm not sure you can hear me, but it does appear that this Ford carburetor is a little bit rich, and then I'm sure that the mixture changes as the throttle response happens. So let me give it a couple throttles. So it does get better. It does get better at high throttle. I'm not super disappointed. Let me turn this off and I'll bring it back. Okay, so I've got the dash pod off, and I'm planning on making a small adjustment on this forward carburetor. Got my tool in. I think I'm going to go with a quarter turn. And then reevaluate. So let's see what kind of a difference that made. Okay, so I know it's hard to hear me, but I think I've got the color in a range that I'm going to try for a little while. I'm seeing a little bit of yellow at idle, and then here's what it looks like with some throttle. So I think I'm going to go with that for now, and then I feel like I'm going to drive it a little bit and I'm going to dial it in. So let me bring it back. Okay, so I have leaned out those first 3 cylinders, and I thought I should show you the spark plug I pulled out of that cylinder that the Colortune went in. And I have no skill at this, but I mean, I feel like it's a little rich looking, and that kind of represents what I was seeing with the Colortune. And I have leaned it out, so I feel like the Colortune has, I don't know, it's kind of done what it was supposed to do, represent. So I've leaned it out a little bit. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of ways to set up a carburetor, and I feel like this Colortune is a tool that would help, and I guess I'm pretty pleased with the performance and how it shows maybe a secondary example that would confirm a little bit rich. So I did several, I didn't take a lot of video on that first set of cylinders, but I did take 2 or 3 attempts at leaning out the jet on that forward carburetor, and I think I ended up with approximately 3/4 of a turn. And so let me bring you back when I have the second 3 cylinders and the second back carburetor set up, and we'll see where that one's at. All right, I'll bring you back. All right, thanks for joining me. I feel like I was able to get the carburetors adjusted to get me in the right range, and maybe they're perfect, but I will continue to use different techniques like pulling the spark plugs and reading them in the future. It was interesting that the back carburetor I had nailed. Front carburetor needed a little bit more attention. Both run a little bit rich at idle and then lean out at full throttle. It's probably a good thing, but I will be doing different techniques, pulling the spark plugs, reading them in the next couple of weeks as I use the vehicle. So, but I appreciate you coming along, and I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for joining. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.